Hey, it worked. Okay, that one good. All right, we'll get Facebook up and running. Okay, and we are live.
Sit or lie comfortably, quietly. Allow yourself to be here, fully, in this moment. With your eyes closed, begin to connect with your inner world of thought and feeling. Gradually, let the horseshit of the external world fade from your awareness. If you find your mind wandering to other thoughts, don't let it concern you. Just acknowledge that all that shit, those bitches can't get under your skin. They can't even. Take in a deep breath. Now breathe out. Just feel the fucking nonsense float away. Take full, deep breaths. Unhurried pace. If your thoughts drift to the three-ring shit show of your life, bring your attention back to your breathing. And with each breath, feel your body saying, fuck that. With passive acceptance, just allow distracting thoughts to float by. Your thoughts become lighter, and all the soul-eating cocksuckers just fall away into nothing. Take a moment to appreciate the silence. Those assholes can't piss all over a purity like this. You are weightless, timeless, without beginning or end. Completely relaxed and free of thought. And as you slowly open your eyes, greet the world and everything in it with a new, beautiful breath of fuck that.
Fuck that.
What's that? It's
Hello, my friendly peeps. Welcome once again to Real Talk with me, your host, Keith Motherfucking Walker. Hello. All right. So if you looks like I don't know, not many hanging out, but hey, hopefully you guys come check this out at some other point. Hi Sonia. All right, I got a couple hanging out over here in the YouTube box, and yeah, it's a good one. I will throw out the props. I think his name is James Headley or whatever. You can YouTube that. And again, I'm willing to share the wealth because it's been shared with me. Um, Google, fuck that meditation. There's a plethora of nonsense out there. Obviously, like-minded individuals, just like oh, okay, there you are, Casey. Welcome to Patreon/Facebook. Okay, um, yeah, there is yeah, like-minded individuals who appreciate stuff like that. So, what is that about? Okay, well, I'll tell the story just cause. There's always a method to the madness when you're dealing with Walker and nonsense. And so just to give you some history, I uh, I really got into mindfulness. Okay, so go way back, right? I mean, part of the early recovery process was there's a step in the 12 step world towards the end as you're going through the process and references asking your higher power for knowledge of its will for you and the power to carry that out, right? seeking. Let me backtrack. Yeah, seeking through prayer meditation. So it implies there is something in that relationship and a method to connect and then whatever, get your information, right? And so it started with that. So meditation, anyway, as I bounce around. Meditation is a part of a lot of people's recovery process, mine included. I've heard it said that for some, uh, prayer is asking the universe, and meditation is listening for the answer. And yeah, hey, whatever works, and that has worked for me, and other things have worked for me as well. Um, Meditation itself obviously has been around since the dawn of time. I think Tibetan monks on mountaintops do that their whole life, right? Thousands of years. So if meditation is not a part of your daily existence, I highly recommend it. We'll talk about why coming up here. But as far as figuring out how to do it, uh, Google that shit too, right? There are 1,000 ways to skin a cat, as we say around here, and so we fall into things that we get comfortable with. That's one of my favorites too. and and again, it does a lot of stuff. It covers a lot of ground. So anyway, through decades, right, of recovery, in and out, meditation practices, just like everything, we get complacent, comes and goes. Meditation is an acquired skill. It is for a fucking squirrel chaser like me. Um, it's hard to do. And again, we get into grooves and then we get complacent and then we have to go back to it and re-practice and all that good shit. So that's a little bit of my story and I'm sticking to it. Um, but I will tell you, meditation took on a whole new meaning, excuse me, in my own personal journey. Oh fuck. It was oh shit. I had about 25 years clean, so was that 13 years ago, I guess, or whatever. Anyway, I went to a conference to do training on a therapy model, and it was very much like a big piece of the entirety of their model covered a mindfulness aspect of it. Very much like defined as present moment. And so there was a lot to be gained from that. Mindfulness, meditation, present moment, all of that is, again, it's a stillness in the here and now, which offers an awareness. And I'm not going to go on for hours in my standard lecture. Um, but what I will tell you is that after that conference, I had yet another spiritual awakening, came home, changed from what I heard. I don't know. Pam was like, "What the fuck happened to you?" And it was noticeable. And I've been clean and in recovery for a long time, so I was kind of over having big epiphanies, like we're just like coasting through life, right? Yeah, not so much. So it was a huge impact, and a big piece of what I brought back from that training was that mindfulness component that I had flirted around with for a big portion of my life, but now was very aware of it and saw the power in it and all that. And I worked at this place, and it was over the hill, so it was like a 45-minute commute each way, and I got a lot of practice on my way and on my way to and from work. And there was that period of time, probably a good 6 months, that I spent more time paying attention to my breathing than I ever had in my my whole life, and which was an exceptional tool that's not fucking complicated to use. Kind of, yeah, my offshoot tangent. Like many of the things that I bring to the table in here, I bring because they fucking work for me, and I just like to keep shit simple. And when I can have a better day and all I have to do is fuck that. Like that's a fucking game changer. Just that 3 or 4 seconds right there, it fucking changes everything in the moment. I challenge you to try it. But it takes practice, right? And it take like the gratitude thing in 21 days, this as well. And so for me, like I trained myself, quote unquote, as I was going through this learning how to use mindfulness as a tool practice. I had downloaded yet another tool that I don't have with me, but I'll probably bring it out next week or a different week. But it was on my phone. It was just an app on the phone back then, and it was called the Mindfulness Tool. And I just had it set, and it would just fucking randomly go off throughout the day. And I I'd go through my day, and just whenever the bell rang, it was like, and it didn't matter what I was doing. Hey Nick, how's it going, bro? I see you lurking around. I think that's you, probably hanging out in the YouTube box. But yeah, it didn't be like whatever I was doing. That was um, where I would do that, and I would just stop. And I freaked my boss out one time. We were fucking talking shit about something, being bosses or whatever we were doing. And like I'm literally in mid sentence talking about something, and the bell went off, and I just stopped and went, and he looked at me like I was mad. Like, what the fuck was that? And I told him, I said, that's what you fucking paid for. When you sent me to this fucking training for 4 days to learn all this fucking spiritual shit and whatnot. And this is what I came up with. And he's just like, and I'm like, you should try it. And I did. I didn't make anybody do it because I just didn't. But certainly the counseling staff that was working with me, for me, whatever you want to call it, like they all got the memo. I'm like, I mean, we are sharing information. We're like working with these clients. Like, this is what you do to get your shit together. Maybe we should try some of that shit. Right? So, anyway, um, when moving forward with the story, I mean, that was kind of the foundation of what that was. Now, part of the rest of the story, which is a very long story, and I won't bore us with that today, maybe another day. Um, but I had the opportunity to take this treatment modality that was built for basically other things, and they really did not have something put together for what I did for a living, but I knew it was good and necessary. So, in short, I built my own curriculum and I used it at this facility. And so, as I'm bringing it all together, right? Um, because I'm such an asshole, or whatever it is. I mean, it's all a show, right? And I mean, if you can imagine, like being an addict, trying to get some recovery, fucking detox early in the game, in a residential treatment facility, your attention span, your ability to sit still, all of those things is pretty compromised sometimes, right? So the point of that is groups, therapy can just be like, right? You get some asshole up there just fucking reading out of a book, and doing a lecture and yada yada. I mean, there's value in it, so I don't judge, but I fucking hate sitting in those kinds of meetings. So I hate facilitating those kinds of meetings, so I don't. So I would start every group, and and it would be something like that. Like I'd get everybody, we'd get into group and we get settled down, and I will share more of them because they're fucking exceptional and entertaining and wonderful and brilliant tools. But I would do something like that. Now, for those that had been in group for a while, been in treatment for a minute, and all that kind of stuff, like they knew what was up, right? And they're just like, right? They just, um, but because again, I love making an impact and just being a fucking idiot anyway. So, um, I just love to watch people react who had not been there before, not sure what to expect. And that wasn't the end of it, but they would, again, I would start with something like that. And I would get done with the meditation, and then I would say something stupid like, "Who am I?" And again, those who had been there know the answer. And, the group would go, "Keith motherfucking Walker." And I would go, "What do I do?" And they go, "You do what you want." And I'm just like, "Dig it." Right. And it's a laugh and it's a joke. And again, those who know me, those who've been around once or twice or seen any of that are just like, "Oh, fuck yes, show game time. Here we go." Right. And, and for those that are being introduced to it are just like, what the fuck is going, like, this is what my insurance is paying for? Like, what is this guy? And, and I would just tell people, yes, yes, yes. And so it all is fun and games and all that good shit. But again, there's a method to the madness, and there's a reason why I do all the things. And again, if you've read the book, or if you haven't, you need to go get one. Shameless plug. All right, it's more than just a book and a phrase. It's fucking reality. Get you some. Anyway, but and I build a lot of my therapy on that premise. Um, but what I share with people is, again, there's a method to the madness. So okay, Walker, what's the fucking madness about fuck that? Well, that's what I tell people is, in a good way, I I I do what I want. I run groups how I want. I don't fit in any box. Yada yada yada. And so that's how I wing it, and entertain. And so I tell the class, right? I say something like, "Okay, so what is that about?" "Okay, it's funny. It's on the edge of offensive," which I love, of course, right? I run on the fringe of what I can get in trouble with. I could probably get in trouble with it. But again, there's always like an evidence based, solid medical, therapeutic, whatever, something behind my mission. So I asked people, I said, so we're talking about present moment, getting focused, meditating, any of that. I said, how many of you, and I'll ask you guys here, you were right, you showed up to this thing today, and I was fucking around trying to get one of the streams up and running, was being a fucking asshole, but I finally got it going. But once I got everybody up and moving, right? then it was quiet, right? And then there was this thing. And I can pretty much guarantee all of you who were here for that, like whatever is going on out here, like we forgot about. We stopped. Like where was your focus in that moment? Mm, sit or lie comfortably. You're like, right? Pretty sure, except for Sonia, who was just like probably sitting back going, fuck yeah. Right? Because this is not her first rodeo um, with that. So she knew what was up. But even at that, was like, whatever's going on with you, Sonia, and your shit show of life, you stopped for a minute and went, fuck yeah, right? I don't know. Somewhere there's a yes in one of these boxes, maybe, unless she's back to work. Anyway, so, but the point being is, again, right? The shit shows out here in that moment, we are focused, and that's the tool. One of the biggest tools in your box, excuse me, in your toolbox, because this motherfucker, right? The bullshit machine, the squirrel chaser, the committee, right? This clown is always on. And so we're going through our lives. Shit's happening. Things come from here, here, this, that, might even be all in your face, right? And to be able to coin another phrase, stop, drop anchor, and just breathe. Like, fuck. In that moment, everything can change. It does change, and it'll change as much as we allow it. Again, whatever it is. And I was just, um, yeah, Sony, there you are. Yeah, I use the same. Yeah, right. That's in our wheelhouse. It's a tool. Um, I was just chatting with a buddy not too, a little while ago, and just, he was just sharing some of the shitstorm of life, right? And we all have them, and we all maneuver through them and all that kind of stuff. And you know, my hope is that there's a toolbox he has that does the same thing. This particular tool, again, nothing's ever a cure, but I mean, relief in a moment, the anxieties, the depressions, the fucking, you know, the impending doom, all, I mean, it, that small thing is huge. And so our ability to be able to take that breath, take a step back, get out of this motherfucker who again is just out to get us, and just always the problem child, right? And just it creates more grief, hate, and discontent than what is actually um, valid or necessary. And so we can take that moment. And again, if there's a shit storm going on here and we can take that breath and take a look, maybe, again, if we are practicing principles of recovery, whatever we're doing as far as the toolbox that we have, we at that point can like dust something off in the toolbox and use it. One of my favorites, again, as a parent, it seems at times the shit is hitting the fan. And all I can tell you is, okay, like, not permanent. Nothing's permanent. Everything changes, situations change. And the bottom line is, this is what I fucking, like, this is my go-to all the time. Like, regardless of whatever's going on, I am going to get through it. And I can say that with absolute certainty because everything that's happened in my life up to right now, I've gotten through. Like, fuck. It just, I didn't say it was easy. I didn't say it was wonderful. I didn't any of it. But all I know is that there is the other side. Always. Always. Until it's not. Right? And then you're dead. And like, you don't give a fuck anyway at that point. So fuck it. Right? And, but knowing that, again, in a universe that works on the physics, A plus B equals C, yada yada, I do this, I get this, rinse, repeat, all the above, right? You know, because again, here we sit. Like, if you're sitting here watching, how can I say it any simpler? If you are sitting here watching this video, either live or down the road, like, if you're sitting here listening to my voice right now, I guarantee your fucking life is better than 90% of the people on the fucking planet. I mean, it just, I'm pretty fucking sure. Is that the exact number? I don't know. But you are fucking sitting somewhere safe with a fucking device in your hand or on your table, and you have resources and time, and nobody's shooting at you right this minute, or you're not on fire, or whatever the fuck, right? I mean, it's just like, fuck that. Like, I don't know, I can work with that. Keep it real, right? Fuck, I have no business not trusting the universe. Here we are, right? Fuck. And so, anyway, I can go off on 100 tangents. I'm not going to today yet, maybe. Anyway, but yeah, that's just, I mean, that's, for me, that's the key component. Again, is just present moment, stop, take a breath. Fuck that. It's just as spiritual as it needs to be. And what a fucking gift that tool is. And it's so, oh my God, it's so hard and complex. And it's literally, I mean, fuck, really? Um, okay, so then you exhale, and there's a shitstorm, right? Well, take another breath. I don't know, fuck. But again, it's this is why, again, all the tools in the toolbox work well together. If you only got one or two, then there you go. You keep hanging out with Keith motherfucking Walker, we're gonna fill the toolbox. We're gonna practice with all of them, and we will get to the point where we have like a whole orchestra of instruments at our disposal, and we know how to play them all because we practice with all of them. And then, so which two or three go together with this one to do whatever this function in our life is, and all that kind of stuff. This is what happens. But again, it's an acquired skill. It's practice. None of us were born with this. Oh, it sucks to be us. Or things like it, right? I mean, it's a learning process throughout the whole thing. Thank the stars in the universe that life is a team sport. And in today's day and age, the team is fucking huge and so much more accessible, if that makes sense. Like, we can, if you are here, you're on Team Walker. Yeah. Fuck yeah. And I'm on team whoever the fuck you are. And so when, after I take a breath, something clicks in my head and says, I should call that motherfucking Nick. What's up, Nick? What are you doing out there, dude? Little Letha Lucha wrestling? Do you need some off the top rope? Should I take a flight out there and give you some? Okay, maybe that's not it. But right? I mean, we connect. We're on the team. And all right, Sonia, it was good to see you. Here you go. Have one of these goofy ass emojis. I don't know what the fuck they are. Do they mean anything? I don't know. Um, but anyway, also Team Walker. Well, that was an accident, but oh yeah. Anyway, um, hey, I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. I appreciate there's a little action in the boxes today. So good. Glad y'all popped in for a minute. And again, we're building. Um, like Pinky in the Brain. I'm trying to figure out how to take over the world with my nonsense. I'm not. But I like being a part of it, and I love this shit. So if you get a chance, share, tell a friend, follow, comment, right? Membership, patreon.com. I think it's in there somewhere if you're on any of these other platforms. From what I hear, Patreon has got the best quality. So if you're hanging out in one of the other boxes, hop on in. And again, we are hopefully building something of value. I'm entertained, so that's good. Do me a favor, let me know what you thought of today's nonsense. And again, unless I get a lot of really bad vibes or any of that, this something like this, like, and this is a topic that we can just talk about every week. Mindfulness Mondays, yeah, Team Humanity, fuck Rockstar. Um, yeah, even if it's not exactly the same show every week, I put it on every week when I'm fucking working for a living and all that stuff, and it seems to be entertaining enough. Anyway, um, so yeah, shout out to all of those who have gone before, of like mind, body, and soul, or whatever we want to call any of that, who have put together mindfulness practices that are very entertaining as well. But we'll talk more. Maybe next week we'll talk about some other options that are not as clever but effective. And yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna cut out. I appreciate you guys hanging out, and so hope to see you tomorrow at noon for more epicness on Real Talk with Keith Motherfucking Wire. All right, let's bail. See you, Facebook. Patreon. Deuces. And YouTube was a little busy today, so good to see you in here, Nick. I'm glad you showed up. I hope that was helpful. Again, life is life, and it up and down and all around. But here we are, enjoying some of it together. So I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to your next dose of epicness and all of that. Catch y'all tomorrow. Later.